Subject: Law of Tort.
The topic for today is types of tort. There are broadly 5 categories of tort: intentional tort, property tort, dignitary tort, economic tort, and other tort.
Let us discuss the types in detail.
Intentional tort includes assault, battery, and false imprisonment.
Property tort includes trespass to land, wrongful conversion, trespass to goods.
Dignitary tort includes defamation, invasion of privacy, breach of confidence, and malicious prosecution.
Economic tort includes tortious interference, tortious conspiracy, fraud, restraint to trade.
Other tort includes negligence and nuisance.
So our first type of tort is intentional tort.
Intentional tort refers to the objective, purpose, intent to perform any tortious act. To successfully sue a defendant, plaintiff must prove that the act performed by the defendant was for the wrong purpose.
The first category of intentional tort is assault.
Assault is an act that creates fear in another's mind for an imminent harmful contact.
Let's see an example of assault.
Suppose a person threatens to hit another person by bat, but there is no physical contact. This amounts to committing assault. Next is battery.
The application of unlawful force to another is known as battery. Unlike assault, use of battery involves an actual contact.
For example, a gunman hits another person by bullet and it causes serious harm to him. Here, the main point is to be noticed is the physical contact.
Next is false imprisonment.
False imprisonment occurs when a person is restricted in their personal movement within any area without justification or consent.
Suppose a bus is hijacked by some terrorist and the people sitting inside are restricted in their personal movement. So, this could be a situation of false imprisonment.
The next type of tort is property tort.
Property tort arises when the right invaded is a property right rather than a personal right.
The first category of property tort is trespass to land.
Trespass to land is a common law tort, a crime that is committed when an individual or the object of an individual enters to land of another without a lawful excuse.
For example, if a person enters into someone's garden without the owner permission and plucks some of the flower, and moreover, when the owner asks the person to leave, he refuses. This is an example of trespass to land.
Next is wrongful conversion. Wrongful conversion means intent to convert the tangible property of another to one's own possession and use.
Suppose you find great deal on cell phone and it's a perfect phone required to you. After a month, suddenly police knocks your door and you just say, "What happened?" Police replies that the phone you've purchased was previously stolen and so you are alleged of conversion.
Next is trespass to goods. Trespass to goods consists in committing without lawful justification any act of direct physical interference with a chattel in possession of another person given by salvant.
Example of trespass to good is throwing of stone on a car, shooting bird, beating animal or infecting them, trespass to kill a dog by giving it poisoned meat, but the condition applied that it should be in the possession of plaintiff.
So the next type of tort is dignitary tort. Dignitary tort means a tort that injures another person's reputation and honor.
Its first category is defamation. In the tort of defamation, there is publication of false or defamatory statement to person without any justification.
Suppose a woman falsely claimed another person that he had stolen her purse in front of public. Although the person is innocent, this is an example of defamation.
Next category is invasion of privacy. The unlawful intrusion into the personal life of another person without sufficient cause is said to be as invasion of privacy. Suppose a person is taking bath and another person peeps from keyhole of bathroom gate. Here, the person has committed the intrusion of privacy. Next category is breach of confidence. Any confidential information disclosed to the determinant of the claimant is said to be as breach of confidence.
For example, after Max is fired from his job, he threatens to disclose organization secrets to public. This is a breach of confidence because disclosure of sensitive company information could result in serious damage.
Next category is malicious prosecution. Maliciously and without reasonable and probable cause to initiate criminal proceedings against innocent person is known as malicious prosecution.
For example, a person files a suit against another person without reasonable and probable cause to initiate criminal proceeding, but the person is innocent.
A person can file for malicious prosecution only when the person gets discharged from charges and declared innocent by the court.
So the next type of tort is economic tort. Economic torts, which are also called business torts, are torts that provide the common law rules on liability which arise out of business transactions such as interference with economic business relationship.
The first category is tortious interference. It occurs when a person intentionally damages someone else's contractual or business relationship with third party, causing economic harm.
For example, a person constructs a pond in order to keep ducks for business transactions, while another person threatens ducks to move away from pond. So this is an example of tortious interference, as the gunman is interfering in his business.
Next category is tortious conspiracy. It includes only civil conspiracy under which there is an agreement between two or more persons to deprive legal right of third person or deceive a third person to obtain an illegal objective.
For example, two persons plan to steal purse of a passenger. This is a conspiracy made by both, although the act of stealing is not yet performed. So next is fraud. Fraud is something said or done in a dishonest way to trick people or false intentional misrepresentation by a person for inducing the other person to act. Fraud may also be made by omission or purposeful failure to state material facts, and its non-disclosure makes other statement misleading.
Let's take a common example. Suppose a person plans to invest some money in a company which claims to double the amount in a month. After a month, when a person approaches the company, he discovered that the company was fraud and took all of his money. Next category is restraint to trade. It refers to contractual obligation which restrict trade business or profession. One citizen cannot restrict lawful business of the another. For example, A is the owner of theatre and B is a dancer. According to their contract, B has to conduct his dance program at A's theatre only throughout life. Thereafter, B breaches the contract and A sues. Court decides that it is an agreement in restraint of trade and therefore A cannot take any legal action.
The remaining type of tort are negligence and nuisance. So, what is negligence? When someone acts in a careless way and causes an injury to another person under the legal principle of negligence, the careless person will be legally liable for any resulting harm. The essentials of negligence are duty to take care, breach of such duty, and damage to plaintiff.
What is nuisance? Something offensive or annoying to individuals or to the community, especially in violation of their legal rights. There are basically two types of nuisance: private nuisance and public nuisance. Nuisance that causes harm to people or damages property can be called as private nuisance.
If the nuisance is affecting a public space or a large number of people, that can be termed as a public nuisance.
Thank you guys. Please hit like button and subscribe for more such videos.